Hello there, everybody. This is Ashley Craft from Ashley Crafted, and I'm doing something a little bit different today. I haven't usually done vlog style videos like this, but I have something that I want to share and that I know you want to hear about. A few weeks ago, I made a poll on my Instagram asking if people were interested in learning more about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the comic. And I got 100% yes that people were interested in hearing more about it. So I'm here today to share Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the comic, and this is issue number 1. And I also have something else to share. Yesterday, issue number 2 also came out. So I am going to be sharing a little bit about both of these issues of the comic that have come out so far. If you don't know already, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is the new land that's coming to Disneyland next week and coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in Florida in August. This comic book series is the official canon for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So the only way that you can get the information about what is going on there, it's not in a movie, it's not in a TV show, it's in a comic book. How weird is that? So I am happy to share with you today what is in issue 1 and issue 2. And then as the subsequent issues come out, I'll be coming back on to share more about those. So without further ado, let's see what's inside. Alright, so here we are on issue 1 of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the comic book. As you can see, we've got Han Solo on the front, who we know, as well as Chewbacca, who we know, as well as Greedo, who we know, and this looks like, what's his name? Admiral Akbar, obviously. And then this is someone new, and his name is Doc Ondar, and he's going to be our main character in this series. So if you're not familiar with comic books, they have a lot of ads in them, so just be prepared for that. So here we are, and as you can see, it says the place is Black Spire Outpost on Batuu, and the time is now. So this is the actual setting of Galaxy's Edge is Black Spire Outpost and Batuu, and as you can see, the spire here and all these features you've been able to see in the pictures that they've released of Galaxy's Edge so far, so it's definitely in line with that. So we've got Black Spire Outpost is a place where the First Order and the Rebels have been having kind of a war over this land because it's basically a hive of scum and villainy type of thing. So right now it's kind of First Order, Rebels, and then smugglers, who are kind of in gray area in between, just kind of looking out for themselves. So if we turn a couple pages, actually, this is a really awesome page because it kind of tells us a overview of what's going on. And so it says, Part 1 of 5, Baiting the Hook, which is this issue. So Black Spire Outpost is a haven for smugglers, merchants, and travelers from every corner of the galaxy, all looking to make the score of a lifetime on the infamous black market. War, the fall of the Republic, the rise of the Empire. Black Spire has endured, and the mysterious traitor Doc Ondar has weathered it all, thriving on the unique opportunities that abound in the lawless pockets of the galactic fringes. But a new evil rises in the galaxy, one that may threaten even Doc Ondar and Black Spire. And then here we have our heroes, or our maybe not heroes, but our main characters, Doc Ondar, Remex, Kendo, and Wuru. So we're going to be finding out more about these characters as we go along. This band comes to Doc Ondar's den of antiquities, and they see this, what looks like a baby Sarlacc. And if you have seen Star Wars number 6, Return of the Jedi, that is where we meet the Sarlacc, and so it looks like this might be its origin story. So he says that getting my hands on one of the deadliest creatures in the galaxy wasn't easy, at least not for the smuggler I hired, but you'll come to understand. Alright, and now from here on out we're going to just be doing an overview of everything because I want you to go and get this comic book, and there are other sources out there that you can see the whole comic, and that's not what this video is for. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what's going on in the story. So this goes, changes the setting, and we went back in time because this is telling a story about how he got the Sarlacc. So it looks like Han Solo and Chewbacca went for Doc Ondar to bring him a Sarlacc. So they go to this place, and they obviously get into some trouble. There's many Sarlaccs that are being bred here on this island, and so they have some trouble with these people. There's some craziness ensues, and they're still trying to get this baby Sarlacc. And then finally, in the end, they get it. So now we're showing Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities. This is still in the past, these parts, and then we go back to the current day. So he's just saying that they did their best and brought him one Sarlacc, and that was the best that they can do. But this band of smugglers that I talked about says that they're actually in the market for something a little more exotic, and then they're showing something to him, which we're not going to get to see. But Doc Ondar says there are some things even Doc Ondar will not traffic. And then it ends with, no matter what it takes, we cannot allow a weapon that powerful to fall into the wrong hands. So we don't know what he's talking about, and it leaves us. It says that the next issue comes out on 5/22, which was yesterday, and we have that with us. So that is issue 1 of Galaxy's Edge. And now let's check out issue number 2. Right, so here is issue number 2 of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The cover says, Greedo must steal a priceless Jedi relic or face the wrath of Jabba the Hutt. So what are we talking about here? So here's our synopsis like it was in last day. First of all, I have to laugh about this. Universal must have paid a bunch to put a front cover ad for their theme park in the issue of Disney's theme park. So funny. Okay, so here's our synopsis. It says, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Part 2 of 5, Shoot First, Questions Later. Black Spire Outpost is a haven for smugglers, merchants, and travelers from every corner of the galaxy, all looking to make a score of a lifetime through the infamous black market. The mysterious Doc Ondar is known far and wide as a collector and trader of only the most valuable artifacts money can buy, but a trio of outlaws are after a fabled relic that even Doc Ondar fears, and they've hatched a scheme to swindle the Ithorian out of it. But with the evil First Order occupying Black Spire, time is running out to pull this difficult heist off. Cool. So this is pulling us back in time to the end of the Clone Wars. So this is from episode 2, the Clone Wars, and this is when Order 66 happens. So you might remember that from the films, that Order 66 is when the Sith reprogrammed all the clones to kill every Jedi. So that was the major wiping out of the Jedi at that time. And this is showing the demise of this guy, which his name is Ki-Adi-Mundi. He was one of the Jedi Masters from the original, from the prequel series. So the Stormtroopers, the First Order, have arrived at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, and they are also looking for something. And they see this relic there, which is a lightsaber of Coyote Mundi, whatever, however you say that. And so they're basically like, why do you have a Jedi weapon? That is probably a punishable crime, so you better give us what we want, or else we're going to make trouble for you. But listening in on another end of Black Spire Outpost is our band of smugglers, and they are listening in on the conversation happening. So they want to know what's going on, and they want to steal whatever it is before the First Order gets it. So they're showing this lightsaber, and they said, this lightsaber has a history that you're going to want to know about. And the First Order is like, okay, well, whatever, let's hear it. So then we go back in time. So we're telling a story. So this man right here is a code breaker. His kind has brains that are made to break codes, and so Jabba the Hutt wants him so that he can break codes for his team. So he's hired Greedo to go in there and extract him and bring him to Jabba the Hutt, because Greedo is a bounty hunter. So again, we're not going to go into every detail, but Greedo goes in, he's getting mixed up with these people. He's trying to get the codebreaker out. He kidnaps him, locks him in the doors, has to bust him out. While he's in there, he steals the Jedi's lightsaber that we were talking about earlier. And then they go onto Jabba's, I don't know what this thing is, airboat from episode 6. And then Greedo accidentally drops the code breaker, and he perishes. So Greedo doesn't have the code breaker to show to Jabba. Alright. The time is crazy. So now we're going back to Black Spire Outpost in the current day. So this is what's happening. We've got some people fighting one another. I'm not actually sure if this is Chewbacca. It doesn't actually look like Chewbacca, so I'm pretty sure this is just another Wookiee. But I don't know who. And then we go back in time to Greedo's story on Tatooine. He comes to Jabba. Jabba says, you didn't bring me my codebreaker like you said that you were going to, so sorry, you're going to have to die. You're going to be Rancor feed. And but he says, wait a second, I didn't come up empty-handed. I actually stole a Jedi lightsaber. And Jabba says, I could care less about that. But Doc Ondar is there in Jabba's presence, and he says that he would like the lightsaber and he'll pay double for it. So he saves Greedo's life by buying the lightsaber. And then now we're back to present day Black Spire Outpost, and then he says, the First Order's like, why did you tell us all about that story about the Jedi's lightsaber? I don't really care about that. And he said, well, you might be interested in what's written on it. So it says, the lightsaber has engraved on it, all that power locked inside, laying dormant until called forth with a greater purpose. It has survived long after its great wielder has fallen. It has outlasted the fall of republics and empires. It has outlasted the schemes of all those with big ambitions and small minds. It will outlast your First Order too. So that kind of piqued their interest. And then Doc Ondar says, your hold on Black Spire Outpost is tenuous at best. You need the cooperation of its leaders to keep it. So don't come into his store and threaten him again. So he's saying, I've got a secret, and you better not say that you're going to come in here and shut my shop down. So they said, all right, well, we're going to leave for now, but this isn't over. And he says, I need to move this relic out of here while they're not watching. And then the smugglers that are also watching said we have to snatch it away from them. And that's it for this issue. And then it says that the next issue is coming out 6/26. It looks like this. And I'm really excited for this because it says, as the First Order tightens their grip on Batu, Remix and his crew will need all the help they can get. Good thing Hondo Onaka is willing to lend a hand for a price. So I already know that Hondo is an important character in Galaxy's Edge because of the information that they've released. So I'm excited to hear more about his story. Okay, well everybody, thank you for watching. That's all that I have today on the first 2 issues of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the comic book. The first one about Han Solo stealing the baby Sarlacc, and the second one about Greedo obtaining the Jedi lightsaber. So these, I'm sure, are going to be super important stories to know if you're a big Star Wars Galaxy's Edge fan, and even if you're a Star Wars fan. I mean, I have lots of Star Wars shirts. This is probably my favorite though. Narwhals. Awesome. Anyways, these are really cool comic books. They have beautiful images, and the story, I have to admit, is a little garbled, but I think it'll come together a lot better once we get more issues. I'm not used to reading comic books, so that's probably totally normal. But I really like these, and I'm excited for the next one to come out. If you have any interest in reading these, please go out and support your local comic book stores. I got these from Fantastic World Comics in Scottsdale, which is here in Arizona, in Scottsdale, and they are awesome. They're seriously so friendly, so nice. I sent them a message on Facebook asking them to hold this issue aside for me, and they held it aside for me with my name on it in a protective sleeve. And when I walked in the door, and mind you, I've only been in there once before to get this comic, when I came in to pick this up, they already knew who I was. They said, "Hi Ashley, are you here for your Galaxy's Edge comic?" And I just thought that was really nice. It's nice that there's still stores that you can go in and they recognize you and know your name. So pick these up. They're beautiful, and you won't regret it. They're just a couple bucks each, so it's really not that big of a deal. Anyways, please subscribe to my channel below if you want to hear about what's in the 3rd issue. I will do a dedicated video just for the 3rd issue, hopefully. And if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, go ahead and put it below. Also, if you want to follow me on my other social media channels and my webpage, it's www.ashleycrafted.com, and you can find all my content there. So I hope that you are all having an awesome day, and that you are as excited as I am to hear about Galaxy's Edge opening this week. So, see you later.